What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Big John here. I'm back out here. AMC owns Mills, about to go see the new Disney animated feature film Strange World. And real quick, I hope y'all had a healthy, happy, and blessed and safe Thanksgiving. For those who are still traveling out there Thanksgiving out of town to visit family, though, hope y'all staying safe out there. Hope y'all having fun, and hope y'all enjoyed your holiday. And be safe out there for Black Friday as well, because Black Friday shoppers can be crazy, let me tell you though. But anyway, Strange World just dropped out on Wednesday. I was thinking about seeing it Wednesday, but I decided with Thanksgiving preparations and I was cooking the turkey and everything else for Thanksgiving dinner for my family, I decided to hold off until this Friday today to actually see the film. And based on the reviews I'm seeing though, it's definitely a little bit of a mixed reception from critics and some audiences though, so I'm gonna go in there and see myself to see what the fuss is all about, giving my thoughts on the film. Cause remember, always when I do these reviews, gonna be some spoiler warnings, so I'm gonna give you a heads up right when I come to the film. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the film and tell every plot detail of what happened in this film. So stay tuned on that though, you don't want to miss it. I'll catch you out there in a few hours, y'all. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Big John here. I just got back out seeing Strange World, and before I get my final verdict, I will say the film is okay. It kind of got a little boring towards the middle, so I was definitely a little disappointed in the film. Not that it's a bad movie or anything, far from it though, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Disney films, nor is a film that I would watch over and over again. Before I get my final verdict, I want to go take a talk about the film, so be forewarned, there's a spoiler warning, so here we go. So the film opens up with Yeager Clade, voiced by Dennis Quaid, and his son, Searcher Clade, voiced by Jake Gyllenhaal, and they go on a little expedition over the setting of the film called Avalonia, is where they live. And while they're trying to explore Avalonia, basically what Yeager Clade is trying to do, he's trying to go over the mountain to see what lies ahead that may help Avalonia's future, until Searcher discovers a source of powerful plants called the Pondo plants. They basically, if you touch them, they are mostly going to shock you, but they are good for power sources. And they kind of have a little argument about that, about should they take the plants back with them, or Yeager wants to continue with his expedition. But Yeager's crew agrees that with Searcher that they need to go back and do his best for Avalonia. So Searcher kind of Yeager gives Searcher his compass, and he kind of just walks up on his own, never to be seen for 25 years. So we cut it 25 years later, we see Searcher as a farmer for Avalonia, and his Pando plants have really helped the country of Avalonia's power supply, their technology. They've really grown over as larger as a society because of his discovery at his own farm branch. And we see his wife, voiced by Gabrielle Union, and his son Ethan, one of the main protagonists of the film as well, along with Searcher, as Ethan is definitely don't want to be a farmer. He's more so of an explorer type like his grandfather, Yeager. And one day, everything is going fine until we see Lucy Liu's character, Castellio, one of Searcher's main comrades in the beginning of the film, actually. She comes to the Clay's farms, to tell Searcher about that the Pando crabs are infecting and slowly dying, and that without them, Avalonia will lose all its power supply. So they go on this little expedition to try to find out what's causing the source of all this mess. And Ethan is told to stay put because, he wants to be an explorer and adventurer, but his father said, "I'm sorry, son, I can't allow you to do that." So he sneaks on board, and his mother tags along after find out Ethan escaped. And after they got separated by these mystical bird-like creatures, they get separated, where Ethan is eventually found by Costello's group, and Searcher gets separated too, and he, along the way, reunites with his father after 25 long years. And it turns out, after he separated from Searcher, he found his way into that hole underneath the ground because he was stuck in the cold for all these days after being parted away from his son, and ended up here for 25 years trying to find a way out, surviving being trapped inside this new world they were in. Hence the name Strange World. How about that? But anyway, Ethan runs away again. Seriously, Searcher's group, Costello's group, is definitely not good at being bodyguards, are they? Anyway, he meets a character named Splat who was going to feed him at first, but after he got burned by the Pondo pods, Ethan treats his wounds and has a change of heart and decided to become best buds with him. So basically, he's named Splat, and he's basically the mascot of the group, though. Not as memorable like Timon and Pumbaa, Sebastian, other stuff like that, though. So not really too special about Splat, though. He's just kind of there, basically. But anyway, so the group does eventually reunite, and Ethan does meet his grandfather, Jaeger Clade, and this is the part for me where I kind of got a little bored and it really fell asleep, though, because they definitely tried to tie up loose ends about how Searcher felt about his father, about how Searcher didn't want to be an explorer, he wanted to be a farmer, and how Ethan wanted to be an explorer but not a farmer like his father, Searcher, and it's not that I couldn't relate to the characters. It's just, for me, it kind of got a little boring, as I really didn't felt like the film was engaging for its character development, if you know what I mean, though. Not the worst I've ever seen, far from it, though, but definitely something that I wasn't really appealed to or felt that was very, very interesting or very high quality where I can connect with these characters. It just kind of felt a little bland and rushed, to be honest with you, though. I don't know if it was just me, though, but I just honestly couldn't really get into it, though. And the pacing for that film just got really, really, really slow for me, and definitely something that I really didn't get hooked on the hell. Nearly through that part of the film, I almost fell asleep, though. Luckily, I didn't miss anything important, though, or miss anything at all. But still, though, it's just, I just couldn't really connect with these characters too much, though. That's really disappointing, though, especially compared to Encanto last year, where I absolutely loved that film, though, and connected with the characters. This film, I just couldn't get into it, though, to be honest with you. And the pacing was very, very slow. So, right towards the end of the film, though, while they continue to big and argue and try to figure out how they're going to restore the crops of the Pondo, and they think that these creatures are killing them as the power supply is slowly killing the Pondo crops that's spreading around Avalania and the Clade farm, right? But after Ethan has another argument with father, he jumps on those birds again, and his father gets chased where they're accidentally taken outside and over the mountains that Jaeger was trying to get to this whole time. And it turns out, this is a big plot twist of the film, Avalonia is actually a living creature, a giant turtle per se, because they literally look at the dude's eye, and it turns out the crops the crops are actually killing the turtle, and the crops are surrounding its heart, though, so the pandos are actually doing more harm than good, basically. And one of the things that really bugs me, that I really think they didn't do a good job addressing, right, was that, hey, if the Pondo kills the turtle and it starts beating, though, wouldn't that mean all of Avalonia would die? I really thought they could have been more dealt in depth with, and I would like to see more origins about, like, hey, how did this turtle come to be? How did Avalonia become civilized people? I really want to see more of origins about Avalonia, though, because I really thought it very interesting to see how it really came to be and how civilization established itself on side of basically a giant living creature, a giant living amphibian. That would have been really cool to see, though. I really wanted to get more in depth, though. But it was kind of just shown to us right there, and that's when Searcher and Ethan got a change of heart and decided that we have to destroy the Pondo so that the turtle can survive, though. But the other group doesn't believe them, and Ethan, Searcher, and his wife, they get locked up in the closet room. But Ethan's dog, Legend, in the film, which is kind of the stupidest part of the film right there, though, along with Splat, they train him to open the door so they can let him out, though, but the dog is having a hard time trying to unlock the door, so Splat basically goes underneath the door and saying, like, I'll take care of this, locks the door, and then Legend opens it for them, like, you couldn't do that earlier. So anyway, they get control of the ship, and they try to show everyone about what they really saw, and they actually see the heart and are in disbelief, and Searcher does use everything in his power to try to get inside, just try to make a hole opening for the creatures who are basically like organisms, white blood cells, to help destroy those crops that are harming the reptile and the reptile turtle, I should say, excuse me, right? But Searcher decides that, hey, I'm not going to waste my time with my dream. I'm going to be there for my son, because during the whole middle after the film, though, Searcher and Yeager kind of big around, but like, hey, Yeager, you're a bad father, though. You were never there for me, though. You never wanted to let me be who I wanted to be, though. And after that, though, like I said before, that's the part that kind of really dragged on for much to me anyway, though. I can't really speak for other people opinion there, but it really just dragged out to me, and I kind of just got a little bored over there. So he comes out and helps Searcher create a hole opening, and the other creatures, what I will say, just blood cells basically, though, because they're really inside of a living creature's body. And the Pondo crops are destroyed for good, and the heart is free, but they think it's too late, though, because there's no heartbeat. But the living organism kind of restored back to life, though, and the heart is beating once again. And Turtle is eventually saved, but Avalonia is going to be without power. But hey, they all did together, and they even showed everybody else, Ethan and Searcher, to say that, hey, this was what we discovered this whole time, though. Avalonia is a living creature, and they're pretty amazed by this, though. And Yeager got to live out his dream after all, though, especially since he got to do it with his family, now reunited after 25 years. So that was a pretty cool, heartfelt reunion over there, though. Then we cut to 1 year later, though, where even though the power source is gone, Avalonia seems to be doing just fine, though. We see more of Ethan basically tagging along with his friends, who we see in the beginning of the film, basically helping out inside of the Avalonia's immune system, as they were throughout the whole film. And Yeager reunited with his long-lost wife after all these years, and basically Clay's farm is now a regular farm, though. Now they can't grow any power supplies, but everything seems to be just fine, though. They still get a power supply to the whole city, though, where they all just living normally like nothing happened, basically, though. So really, and it was kind of nice, though. Nothing too special about it, though. When it was basically over, I was just saying, like, okay, cool. So, in other words, Strange World as a whole, it's not a great movie, but it's still an okay, enjoyable time. I would only recommend this film if kids want to see it, though, especially to celebrate during the holidays, around Thanksgiving time anyway. I say go for it, though, but I would definitely say wait for it to come on Disney Plus, as I think it's more worth your time than see it on the big screen, at least in my opinion, though. I only do it because I love you guys, and I want to do what I love here, and just give my opinions of the film as a whole. But overall, I would give Strange World, I'll probably say around a 7 out of 10 for me, though. I thought the film had some great animation. I love the voice acting in this film, but the characters, I really couldn't connect with them, honestly. They were just kind of there, if you know what I mean, though. I didn't really feel any special connection, though. But even with Ethan, who basically was the guy who was basically saying, hey, I just want to be who I am, though, and even with that, though, I just couldn't connect with the characters, though. Maybe it's because the film didn't click with me as much as other Disney films, though. I'm not sure, though. But this film really didn't do it for me, though. I still enjoyed it, though, but not really, again, a film that I would go out of my way of seeing, if you know what I mean there. But it is what it is, though. But anyway, those are my thoughts and opinions on Disney Strange World. And I'm definitely concerned about the film's box office performances, because from what I read from box office on opening day, $4.5 million in the box office, though. That's not looking pretty, though. So I'm really concerned about its box office performance by the end of the day before the film drops on Disney Plus. So we'll see how it does, though. But so far, box office wise, not looking good for Strange World. So Definitely hoping 2023 will be a lot better for Disney films and Pixar films in general, though, because again, Lightyear didn't do on the box office, and Strange World is not going to be the case here, though. So I'm hoping that Elemental and then Disney's next animated feature called Witch will do a lot better, especially since Witch is supposed to be that next big Disney princess film. We'll see how it does. We'll really see how it does, though, because again, I love Disney. I grew up with Disney since I was a kid, Pixar included, though, and no matter what projects come out, though, I'm always excited for it. I'm hoping that they can deliver the high quality films that I've been used to seeing from Disney all these years, though. So we'll definitely have to wait and see on that one moving forward, though. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below if y'all had a chance to see Strange World. Did you like it? Did you thought it was okay? Did you hate it? And let me know in the comments down below. I would definitely love to hear your opinions about it. And remember, if you're new to this channel, be sure you like, share, and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more content. And again, thank you guys so much for all your support in this channel, though. It means the whole world to me, though. Let's keep this channel growing and growing for many, many, many years to come, y'all. But until then, hope y'all had a nice, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving. And safe travels out there to come back home, y'all, okay? Until then, this is Big John. Catch you next time.